But what really is going to go on YouTube is what we're going to talk about to round out the show.
Oh.
Can you guess?
Why Alex Jones is lazy.
Close second.
He's not lazy. You don't. He's the hardest working man in Hollywood.
No, I'm talking about Trump putting kids in cages like animals, Dave.
Oh, I do that with my dogs. That's what.
So this is the hot button. It's everywhere. It's all day. It's.
But weirdly enough,
crazy.
do you think it's as not the incident? Do you think people are actually outraged?
No.
No, I think that the majority of people are like, wait, something doesn't sound right here. This is, you know what I mean? But yet the media keeps pushing something, and they actually did a walkthrough just recently of the one it was in Texas, right?
McAllen, Texas, or something.
Like it used to be a Walmart or whatever. It drives me nuts.
Then there's another place in El Cajon. They went inside there.
Al Capone.
Al Capone's where he's at. The facility is super nice, and it's subsidized by the government to have a place in California right there near the border. And somebody else sent me a photo today of a kid in a cage, and it's going insanely viral. Right, it looks like this little Central American kid, Mexican kid, I don't know, crying, like a sad face in the cage. It was a group of students who went into a cage that they made to protest. It wasn't even anything real, but it's going viral.
Problem.
Like that's it, right? This is the deal. Like it is.
It's so weird that people just fly off the handle for no reason.
I haven't had a chance to post something, but my statement in my head is almost every single person, if not every person that I have seen complain about this situation, will do absolutely nothing about it. Even if you really truly think this is a problem, you are going to do absolutely nothing. You feign outrage on the internet.
I was going to say, but people think that you're doing something when you bitch about it.
You don't. You change your profile picture to a flag of another country or
a clear
whatever,
so you can still see your image of you eating.
I changed my picture to Elian
banana
Gonzalez. You remember that?
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're right.
Send him back to Cuba.
Yeah.
What were we thinking?
Yeah.
It's mind-numbing how people will flock to this outrage, and you know what? People don't answer my question. They won't. It's a mystery to me. My question to them when they complain about this is, well, where should they go? Where should they go? Like, what's the what are you offering as the answer to the perceived problem? And I emphasize perceived. I haven't seen kids not being fed or given a place to lay.
Yeah.
Like, your dad is a criminal. I'm sorry.
And a lot of these kids come here alone. Young kids.
Well, for years, decades, kids were used as a ploy, as a tool. Those people, adults bringing those kids in, might not even be their parents. There's a lot to establish, right? Like, you're using that kid to get across the border and play on the sympathy card. Like, I've got kids, and a lot of times those kids have not been taken voluntarily.
Yeah.
Because whoever wants to get into the country for whatever reason is taking a child, and they're using that as a way to get across the border and play on the card. And now that the law is being enforced in terms of if you cross illegally and you're caught, you're not going to just get released. What do you do with the kids while mom or dad or whatever adult is being dealt with for the legal issue of essentially breaking into the country?
Well, let's push it even further. It's like saying that they don't. Why would they separate the men and the women? It doesn't make sense. What if they're married? You know what I mean? It's like the same kind of concept. Like, look, the guys get separated, the women get separated. It doesn't matter if they're married or not. That's it just. I just think about that. Like, when you're incarcerated, that's just kind of what happens. That's just the way life is. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It's
your kids don't go with you.
No,
when you go to jail,
it's just everyone has to get split up. You can't keep men and women in the same area together. You can't keep men and children together, and you can't just keep women and children together either. It doesn't. None of this makes any sense.
Right.
So what is the cure for that? Well, the cure is don't come into the country illegally. Try to do it the legal.
That's a start.
way, the path.
That's a start. Yes.
Work hard like a lot of people have to get citizenship.
Yes. I have a friend of mine. His wife just became a citizen late last year, maybe, and it was a long, hard,
it's horrible
process.
And honestly, I think it's too hard, though. I do. I think it's too hard. But
that's a slight to people who have put the effort in to do it right.
Huge slap in the face. No
It's,
doubt about it.
And
I don't blame them. America's the best.
What do you think, America? What do you think about this idea of this is contrary to America's values or ideals? When you hear that, how do you respond to that?
Well, I think that's stupid. I can't help it. I think that's stupid. Well, let's go back even further, right? Because people will say they will say the same thing regarding Native American Indians, that they were here first and we came and blah 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 blah. So why? That's because that's really the encompassing argument of who owned this place.
We're all immigrants.
Yeah, who owned this place? We're all immigrants. The reality is this.
So how would they feel if then illegal aliens that let's undocumented immigrants come in
aliens
just decided to start coming into your home and shooting you and taking your home?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, because now we're just getting more personal.
Now we're just being fair, right?
Yeah.
Just like the Indians?
Well,
Native Americans. Sorry, diversity team.
Well, I agree with that. And so if we talk about the Indians, we talk. Okay, so let's go out even further. In this entire world, not continents, the world, I think there's only like between 3 and 5 countries that have never been fully taken over. In the entire world.
Yeah.
The history of the world. So, yeah, that's going to happen. And guess what? We won. We won. This is our land now.
Right.
And so we can do whatever we want with it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. And so the idea of, well, yeah, but we're all immigrants. Yeah, I get it. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't think that it would be right for me to just go to Germany and go, this is my home now. I do what I want. You got to accept me. Because it's not my home. That's not where I came from. And people who live there have a right to decide who comes into their territory, to their lands, to their country.
Right. What would happen to you and I if we just went over into Mexico?
No, let's just go to Saudi Arabia and do that.
What would happen if we just showed up and be like, no, we're here.
So
we're
give
here.
give me some stuff.
I really don't think I should be mistreated.
Yeah.
I would like to live here now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So you can't just say that and,
we're gonna
not understand the
history
history of how this happened.
Education and healthcare in Mexico when we cross over?
Best ever.
Or Thailand?
Best ever.
When we go to Thailand again, do you think we're going to get free free healthcare?
Be amazing.
Free education?
You know what? I defect.
I renounce. I renounce my U.S. citizenship. I'm going to be 100% Thai.
I'm going to be 100% sovereign now.
I'm sovereign.
I'm sovereign.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, so I just think you have to pull back even further. Yes, we are a land of immigrants. We are a world of immigrants. That's just how it happens. There are wars, there are battles, they're bloody and they're horrible, and that's just the way. So whoever's in power is in power. So nothing you can do about that. We have our laws in the books. I'm not going to go to Iraq and decide that I'm going to just I'm a citizen of Iraq now.
Yeah.
Give me the things that I need.
The thing that I look at, and I'm trying to look at it objectively, I agree that we should not mistreat humans, period.
Yeah.
I don't believe that we should.
Unless they look different than me.
Of course. Well, yeah, I guess I'm implying that, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
If it would be one thing if we're like, oh, sorry kids, you gotta Mexico's that way, and good luck. And
can you imagine
older
that?
ones take the younger ones and go back home, please.
Bye.
Like, we're not doing that, right? are we providing them like better living conditions than, you know, standard people can afford? Like, no, I mean, we're not. Why would we?
Doesn't make sense, right?
Why would this is like why does it become my responsibility now? If I would be fully, I would even volunteer, right? If I lived in that area where there was immigrants and there's these kids, I'm sure they're scared. A lot of them, you know, I would imagine a lot of them by the time they're teenagers are criminals. Many of them that might not be exactly like scared little kids like we might think of them because of their life experience compared to here. But you know, you have a faith-based organization or a volunteer group that wants to go in and like hang out with the kids and like do cool. I commend that. That's great. But as far as what we provide as a country and what's expected of us as far as the care for another country when they've come here illegally and just shown up, I mean, how much of our time and energy and budget can we allocate to people that just decide, no, I expect you to take care of me now?
Well, yeah, and because
we can't do that.
That's the mindset.
Right.
As soon as I touch ground, you know, on American soil, all of a sudden you have to take care of me.
Yeah. No.
Again, I could go. I'm going to Vegas. That's just a different state. I'm still a guest of that state, even. Like, I don't, like, I do what I want. You know what I mean? Like, I have to, like, I don't have
You'll
to.
be yelling that
all of a sudden, I don't have to follow. Yeah,
in Vegas.
I might be. But all of a sudden, I don't have to pay.
Metropolitan.
I don't have to pay attention to Vegas laws. I still apply. Michigan laws are what I want. So I shouldn't be held accountable for any Vegas laws when I'm there, right?
Absolutely. You should be able to only
I'm
do what you want to do in Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
So you have to give me Michigan leeway. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
I am a guest in their state. You know what I mean? I have to abide by all their rules, their regulations, all that other stuff. So that's just from state to state. And I'm an American citizen. So, yeah. It's just weird to me, man. I don't get it.
That's all the hubbub. And the crazy part to me is I'm not sure why it's catching fire other than the fact that
the media won't let it go.
They won't.
That's the only
reason. They will not let it go.
And and you know why? Think about this. Elections are coming up shortly.
Yeah, that's true.
So we've seen senators that are trying to doing their thing.
It's almost like this historic North Korea thing did not happen a week ago, and now it's all about kids and supposed cages. I was telling Sherry, like, it's not a cage just because there's chain link. I'm like, I have a fence in my backyard that's chain link. If I lean down, I would look like I'm held captive, but I have a backyard. Like,
I can move around.
I'm not trapped. I'm not wallowing in my own feces in a cage. Like, this is not
wallowing.
I'm not being treated like an animal simply because instead of drywall, it's chain link.
It's chain link. Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, do we make this for prisoners? Like somebody carjacks somebody and we take them to jail. How dare you put them in that cage like an animal to by themselves in that tiny room? Like, am I the only one missing the common sense here?
Yeah, it's dude. North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea. A historic summit. No matter what comes of it, like there's action that's been taken there.
I was like,
you know?
Joyce, how do you feel about this? But then I did ask a serious question, like, what do you think your mom thinks about this? Because
yeah, sure,
there is still so much animosity. There's so much stuff going on in that whole North versus South. It's incredible.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And probably won't go away for generations. But man, that was huge.
Yeah,
absolutely. Huge.
Only to be
did you hear that
swallowed up?
Did you hear that
by the notion that kids are being put in cages like
did
guinea
you hear
pigs?